Hello and welcome back to another Europa Universalis MEIOU and Taxes playthrough. Well, until now I made more or less more guides than playthroughs, but I want to start a campaign and I have a specific goal or a goal for the campaign. So basically we are going to play Bohemia and we are going for the Empire. So we want to go down the centralization path to unify the Holy Roman Empire, if possible, quite quickly, and let's see how we can do it. So also we want to build up Bohemia quite tall, because it's in a perfect position to do that. We are in fact quite rich. Autonomy is quite nice and easily controllable here because we have rivers, but we don't have that many provinces, so we can build up over time. In fact, when you check all the provinces, basically every province has a city. I think this one doesn't have one, so there's one province, two provinces, two provinces which don't have a city, so we are going to address them firsthand. But that's it for the moment. So when we want to start, what we want to do at start is look around and check the situation which we are in. So as Bohemia, of course, the Holy Roman Empire is our big friend and we want to protect it and groom it. So as you know from the base game, there are certain events which are going to target Italy, which slowly pulls out of the empire because it doesn't like to be dominated by German princes and kings, or emperors in this case. However, we have to change that, so we have to conquer stuff in Italy or subjugate it and add it to the empire. But also we want to retake certain provinces in the west, which France has expanded into, or Naples, which took Provence here. So what we can do at the start of the game, or like pretty early on, we can expand the empire to, for example, take provinces like Bologna, which is currently not in the empire, so we could add it to the empire, which only requires us to improve relations with it above 108, and then we could integrate, add Bologna to the empire, we could add Ravenna to the empire, and then we could also add Ancona to the empire, and I think we can also add Fermo and Camerino. And after that, we can also add Perugia. So we can take all the expansion possibilities from the Papal States away from them and add these states to the empire. And the other targets, of course, are going to be Rome, but also Venice and Genoa, which are not part of the empire. So we want to, of course, add them back into it and get the provinces, just to create more score and more authority in here, just to make centralization even quicker. And also at the start of the game we can integrate Flanders, I think, to the empire here. So we just need to wait until that war's over and then we can increase relations and add them to the empire. One important thing to think about is like which alliances do we want to take. So to get certain countries into the empire, we are going, or like to conquer certain things like Venice, we are going to need navy, which we don't have. So we need to think about friends which can provide a navy. And one candidate for that is in fact Naples. So we're going to improve relations here and try to get them. With Naples we can take out Venice maybe and Genoa with some support from other countries down here. So yeah, that's one thing. Of course we also want to start expanding down here, so we are going with Bologna first, so that we start expanding in the south. The other two diplomats I'm going to not use yet because I want to think about which alliances we want to take. But now let's go to the next step. So as usual we set up our centralization policy here. we are going to complete the mission for Golden Break. You're going to get some advisors. In this case, we are going with 2 level 2 advisors. Question is just which ones. So urban efficiency is nice with technology cost. Prestige plus material cost for everything is really good. Also, he's a bureaucrat, so we are going to take this guy. Then we might want to get, yeah, diplomat here, really good. I do think that we have the cash to afford level 2s. We have to see. And manpower recovery speed is decent. Now we're going with the army reformer here. So that's it. We are going to use our army here at some point, probably. In regards to rivals, we are going with, yeah, probably Austria, because we want to beat them up at some point. Lithuania is fine, because we are not going to fight them. And yeah, we can probably rival Meissen, because in the end they are just going to be outgrown and we get some power projection from that when they are too small for us to be rivaled. Yeah, I sent the merchants already to 2 of the trade nodes here, so I'm going to visit the Polish trade node, of course, and also yeah, the Rhine node, not the west one, in the HIE. Yeah, and that's it for the moment. So now we want to pass beyond the 1st of January and continue there. So we have to go through the event. There we go. Yeah, Catholic faith. We are going to delegate taxes here. All fine. We want notification from the courier. Yeah, all that is fine. Commercialization has spawned and been embraced. Poland is going for the succession with Hungary. That's a normal path, in fact. And now we want to... We already surpassed Meissen, in fact. We are going to pick Venice here, because we are going to attack them earlier or later. So the music has stopped again. Why does it happen? Okay. So, yeah, one option would be that we create a spy network from the get-go. 1.8 each month. Yeah, we can try it out before the war ends here, but I'm not sure that it will work, but we can still try. Now, in regards to alliances, I think the timer... No, didn't. We need to wait until February to start with the alliances because we didn't get the option yet. Okay, investment manager is, of course, as usual, we are going to invest like 30% automatically into our the last startup events are happening. We are going to invest 30% of our treasury every 3 years again, because we have a lot of cities, so that's probably quite good. Add everything to it, 3%, and of course notify me, and then fine. Okay. So, who can we ally? Like literally everyone here. We could even ally France, however that's probably not in our interest. I would like to ally Milan, however they are at war. So instead we are in fact going with Naples, just to have the proper answer against Milan and then Papal States when we take them over. So, Magdeburg, no. Who else do we want to... We have a lot of slots, so that's in fact quite good. But first of all, we want to set up the alliances, in fact. So, could also take Aragon to have a second navy, which is also useful. We could go with Schleswig-Holstein, which we could use to conquer into Denmark. Can they be added, in fact? No, they are not yet in the empire. Okay. What else do we want to ally? And the other alternative is... Can we vassalize them? Yes. I think we want to vassalize Friuli here just to have another option to go after Venice. And I think they have a claim here. Yeah, they have a claim on Istria here. Istria, so that's perfect. So we are going to take Friuli, in fact, as another ally just to get them as a vassal quite early on. Okay. Pope has been selected, and I think we can select another alliance. Yes, we can. So with that, we are in fact going for... Yeah, I think we want to get Aragon. Perfect. Oh, we can go for even more. Saxony, no. Maybe want something in the east. Can we get Luxembourg here? No, because they have subjects. In fact, we could get Luxembourg later on as via a mission. So we can, if we do introduce primogeniture, we get casus belli against Luxembourg as a restoration of union, which is something we might want to do. They are at war here. We could ally Holland. No, they don't want to. Because they are subject, okay. We could go for Liège. We definitely need to protect our western border. So maybe Liège isn't a bad idea. Let's do it. Yes, perfect. And with that we get our alliances in the empire. Another 10 prestige. We also get the subjects in the empire modifier. We're also going to take it here. And that's another set of stuff to go. Now we have to check our estates, in fact. So we are going to continue doing diplomatic stuff in a sec, but of course what we want to... are going to support commerce, of course. Bohemia has quite strong nobles, so they have 84% power, and we are heavily relying on the levies of the nobility, so that's a problem. But also they have quite a lot of monopoly. As you can see here, they have full monopolies on production, and they also have the level 2 rural governance, which is also heavy in favor of a levied army. So that's going to be rough. Church is also quite strong. So basically Bohemia is pretty strong in the hands of the estates. The only good thing is the level 4 city charters here and the right of commerce, of course. So we could think about, or we can't get to level 5 due to the nobility. So we definitely have to work on the level 3 rural governance here. But for that we need to revoke the full monopolies to get them to a partial monopoly. So we need to get rid of 1, 2, and 3 here. So if we were to do that, we would need to 35 loyalty each. So that's going to be our first target. So we are going to start with concessions to ancient liberties, just to get a little bit of... then we are going to disown a popular relative. So now we're at 75%. And we could, in fact... what is our tenant law? 20% minimum freedom, and they currently have 60, so it's going to drop anyway, and that quite quickly probably. So we could instead say, okay, we are going to revoke one of the monopolies right from the get-go, and then we do a promote aristocratic faction, and yeah, the tenant abuse and the grand celebration we are going to keep in mind for something which might come up. So one of the big problems will also be to get the aristocratic influence below 35, which is very, very hard to do, but we can make it somehow. And now the music again stopped. What's going on here? For some reason, it's really bugging out sometimes. So yeah, this is going, the revocation of the monopolies is going to be our target. And now we have to think about further countries we want to invest into, and also we have to consolidate our position, even though we are lacking an heir currently. So that's why we cannot get a secured next emperorship until we have a son. So, however, we are going to... Can we automate someone? No, we can't automate. Okay. So what we are going to do is we going to send at least 1 or 2 of our diplomats on a constant mission to improve relation with our electors. So we are going to start with Milan, in fact. Where are you? No, Milan isn't an elector. We're going to start with Saxony here. So that's it for that, and then we are going to continue improving relations here, just to get the integrations going. Can we add Genoa to it? Let's check it out. No, Genoa cannot be added that way. Apparently they were never in the Empire, so it's interesting. If your capital is historically part of the medieval kingdom of Germania, Lotharingia. But they are. Furthermore, Pontificate Venice and Genoa would never submit themselves voluntarily to the... Okay, so we have to do it by force. It's fine, we can handle that. One small hint, do not accept the royal marriages of your subjects here, because they are going to take up one of your diplomatic slots, which you definitely don't want to do. We got our alliance with Naples already, so we don't need to improve relation further. However, we of course want to have a royal marriage here. Yeah, all of these can go. We're also going to send a royal marriage to Aragon, just to spread our dynasty out a bit. Also, we want to... How much do we have left? Three slots are left. So we want to, of course, work on Friuli here. So proclaim guarantee. And then... How do we want to continue? Okay. In fact, we are going to send... Why do they not want to marry us? Okay. We're going to improve relation with the Pfalzgrafschaft, and we are going to marry them too, because they are some kind of in the middle of the empire. Yeah, they have provinces on both sides. It's very useful to have them because of the access you can get from them, but also in case that we get a personal union due to our marriages, it's definitely a nice addition to the provinces from where we can launch expansions of the empire. Before we continue our political campaign, I want to investigate a little bit the country. So, as we already said, we are going to build cities in the 2 provinces which don't have a city yet, which are these 2. But also I want to show that the city of Prague is extremely good start. It has a migration of plus 1.1k, extremely massive, it's quite rich, and it's partially due to the glass industry which is present from start, and glass industry is a little bit special. It's producing luxury, and that's quite worthy. So it's doing a massive profit, in fact. And as you can see in the industry, also our commercial and our academic industry is doing quite a nice profit. Also, what we want to get as soon as possible is commercialization, because we have coal deposits in our country. In fact, I think 3. Cherko has 1. I think Horny Luchika has 1. And there was another one. Is it here? No. Here? No, here's silver. So somewhere is another coal industry or deposit. Here it is, in fact. And we want to open them up as fast as possible, because that's another 450 resource sites which we can expand into with our peasants, or like attracting migration to make our country even richer. And migration can happen from the whole HRE, so we can get people from all over Europe, more or less. And that's something we want to exploit. Also, of course, that's also counting for our cities. Now, what we also want to do is we want to get every city we have as fast as possible to amenities level 2, just to give them room for 30,000 people. And for example, we have here a city with 2,000 residents and amenities 1, so there's a lot of room where they can grow into. This one has amenities level 2 and 10k inhabitants. So we are going to invest basically in every province a little bit. We are not super rich currently, but that's going to change over time. Also, we are going to probably inherit some of the provinces here, because just due to the personal unions you partially have here, like Sweetnica is one of the provinces you get quite early on. So yeah, that's where we want to start. Why does it stop again? Shuffle on. Okay, let's keep it like that. So yeah, that's basically what we want to invest into. We have enough room in the country to invest a lot into it, like a lot of free farmland. We also have like provinces which have a dye industry, like this one, which is also extremely profitable and can be expanded, even though the farmland is almost used up here. Prague is also extremely rich due to the fact that it has 100 farmland, and I think it has a beer industry. Yes, so they are not harvesting that much crops, they are making beer from it, which is also very profitable. Let's check it out here. Yeah, it's decent. It's producing food and delicacies. The delicacies are, of course, quite worth it. So yeah, I'm going to make a cut here just to set up all the industries in the provinces which I want to do. There we are again. So basically what I did is set up the cities as discussed here, but also I checked out the industries of all provinces, added a forest to Prague, so a timber industry in fact, but also I set up some special map modes which you can do. So I have some preset map modes now. For example, one quite interesting one is the food production of my provinces. As you can see here now, for example, Hradeko here is one of our biggest food producers. So in case that we at any time run into the situation that we have too much money, we could throw in an irrigation, for example, here. But also, of course, I added some other ones which are like checking out the available farmland here, so that I have a better overview and quicker view where I want to invest my ducats into. So now we can continue, and the cities are going to build up. Also, I checked how much cash I'm going to need to build a level 2 amenity here. It's about 250, so we want to save up some cash and get the game going. In regards to our vassals here, we want to get as much cash out of them as we can. So we are going to check the reforms here. We cannot go to confederation, in fact. We can, but we don't have enough government reform points, so we are just going to have to wait until we can do it. So instead we are just going to wait here. I also decided to increase the autonomy of the burghers to already get above 20%, just to get the reform going as soon as we can, if we get to it. What did France get now? What did they take? And when? Did they inherit anything here? It's confusing. Barra still there? Still there? Artois? That's not a great heir, but it could be worse, because Diplo points are the ones we need. I don't get it. Why? Why can't we... What did happen to the music again? So I'm not sure which province France now took that we could take from him. But I don't want to declare war here. Not yet, at least. Okay, I think the war with Venice is already over without the events happening, which is fine in the end. I'm just asking myself if I still get the event to give the province in Italy to someone. Okay, we have to get through this one here. First year is over, so we're going to see the larger legs now. Okay, and in fact, can we... How much do we need? We need 108. Oh, it has to be the other. Interesting. They have to like us. Okay. That makes it a little bit more complicated. But we can solve that. So 1 second, I need to mute my phone. This one is really, really good, but it happens at the wrong moment. Because I would love to have the aristocrats weakened. We are still going to take it. So, yes, spiritualists are taking over now. Which is fine. What did we get here now? Ah, get electoral support. Yeah, we have an heir now, so this is fine. I think it's going to be a little bit of a waste due to the fact that we already took the diplomat. Yeah. It's a bit of a waste for the mission here, so we could have not taken this one. But I didn't think about that one, so we are just going to accept it because we want to take this one. And now yes, fine. Next mission we are aiming for is of course the break the Reichsstände, and of course also getting into reform the empire. Okay, so we cannot add them because they don't like us enough. Yeah, so we would need to do probably an alliance. Yes, and then we can... In fact, what is the alliance which got missing? Friuli, Bologna, Liege... No, Oregon is also there. Interesting. I don't know why I suddenly have another slot for an alliance. I'm not going to complain because we are going to kill the alliance with Bologna after we added it to the empire. Okay, Saxony is done, so we are going to continue into Trier just to continue our progress on the electors. And here we go. Okay. In fact, there's something I forgot to do. So our empire currently isn't enjoying the maximum amount of free cities. So we can in fact Yeah, how about Padua? Perfect. And I think we can... What else? Grishun or Trieste? Trieste is not in our interest, so Grishun is maybe nice. Perfect. And that's it for the moment. And with that we are up to run 0.15. Quite good. And we also had the event that Ravenna is maxed out, so we can dissolve the alliance here. And then I'm confused. Does it need to update? How many alliances do we have? We have Leech, Naples, Friuli, and Aragon. Okay, there's the event for Balloon here. And we don't have enough, we do not have enough here to make a claim. So, our simmering conflict with Austria has drawn in the ally Hungary. We have met with the rulers of Austria and Hungary at Trvana in Slovakia to prevent matters from escalating. Louis the Great of Hungary is willing to break his alliance with Austria, but only if we give him the province of Belluno. What shall we do? Yeah, we are going to agree to the concession here. And most likely Hungary is going to give it to someone else here. At least I hope so. Because that would be a big problem for us. So, but now we lost the chance to because of distance to borders now. That's not good. Totally not going as we wanted. Okay. So, we are basically now waiting a little bit and going to continue improving relations here. So now we want to get Ravenna in. We can't do an alliance. So there's a cooldown in some kind of way for the alliances. And yeah. Can we annex... can we vassalize someone else here? Can we... For example, him. No. We maybe get him when we develop a little bit more. So we are going to continue on improving him. And now we improving relations with Ancona, which is going to be integrated. We're going to in with Fermo and then afterwards with Camerino. So these are the states we want to add, but also we want to add Flanders, which is also going to... Oh, it's too far away. Okay. We need the next diplomatic tech to reach them, which is fine. So we are going to continue down here and get that one sorted. Oh, okay, this one is also too far away. So we definitely need another diplomatic tech to interact with them properly. Yeah, I think I'm going to make a cut here, because that's basically the first introductory episodes to Bohemia. And now we are going to start the diplomatic plays and conquest of the outerlying provinces of the empire. At least if we can. So I would say see you next time, and well, have fun and leave a like.